everybody and welcome to That's Football. This is your latest transfer news. Got some Arsenal, Spurs, Liverpool and a bit more news, but we're going to start off with Arsenal as their transfer window opens. Fabio Viera from Porto signs. This is coming in from Romano, around 40 million euros, so around 30 million pounds. And Barcelona, got Barcelona on the mind. De Jong, not going to happen, is it? Well, I think it will, but we'll see. Anyway, we're here to talk about Arsenal. Two big deals for Arsenal that are going to happen then. Viera and Jesus. Jesus will probably happen at some point in the next week or so. It's not a very well-kept secret. I think most Arsenal fans are anticipating that. It's a good deal. We'll talk about the fee about that in a minute, but let's talk about this Viera because it is an Arsenal first signing. Look, Arsenal have very good history with the name Viera. But that's where it ends. I think I've read quite a few things, and I think that, look, we all do this. I think the season ends, the transfer window starts, and they're two very different things. I've always said you can almost, if you're not into transfers, just switch off for 3 months and then come back in August. I've always loved transfers. Football Manager as a kid, which was Championship Manager, Sensible Soccer, all that. Teletext page 312. If you know, you know. So I do like the transfers, and I'm always interested in what other clubs do, because I think the whole point of rivalry is that you take an interest in what your rivals do. I mean, how many summers have we have where we go, oh my God, look at how many players Spurs have bought. They're going to win the league, and then they don't. So, and I'm just using Spurs as an example. We've seen it with other clubs. So Viera to Arsenal. What's he all about? 22 years of age, Porto. Look, I don't watch Portuguese football. So you've got to go and start doing a lot of research to find out what a player is. Now, I've just done that with Darwin Núñez for a month. I'm not doing it for an Arsenal signing. But from what I know about him, and I've done a little bit on Porto because of Vitina being linked to Manchester United and Arsenal. Good player. Very good on the ball. I mean, people always want to attach a player to somebody else. So I'd say Bernardo Silva, that sort of a player. Maybe a little bit like Odegaard in some sense. But attacking midfielder. I'm getting the vibes of an attacking midfielder. Now, whether he's going to play in a midfield too, I don't really think that's where Arsenal use him. So an attacking midfielder is predominant. I mean, he's played a couple of games up front, I think, but he's playing mostly off the right or as a number 10. Good dribbler, shooter, creative, set pieces, passing, confident on the ball. I mean, a typical Arsene Wenger sort of player, I think. I mean, even Fabregas vibes, although Fabregas was a midfielder, but essentially confident on the ball, a footballer. And I think that is what Arteta wants to build at Arsenal. I don't know what Arsenal's priorities are. As an outsider, you need a striker and you need another midfielder if Xhaka or Partey are not playing, or you sell one of those, or whatever your plans are. I do think you need a centre midfielder and a number 9, but you don't just need two players. And who am I to say as a non-Arsenal fan, and I'm not Arteta, as to what you need? And they've obviously seen something in this lad that they think for 30 million quid is worth taking a look at. It's not a lot of money. He's 22 years of age, 3 years time before he even starts to touch his prime. It's an interesting deal for Arsenal, and I guess most of us will just have to wait and see what happens. Is he going to be a starter straight away? Probably not. You've already got Odegaard and Saka and Smith Rowe, and Jesus is probably going to come in. But then again, maybe he will be a starter. So we'll see. But an interesting signing for Arsenal. And I think from an Arsenal point of view, nice to get your transfer window up and running. I think from a United point of view, we've done nothing yet, and you just want to get that first one out of the way. So yeah, interesting one there. Interested to see what people's thoughts are. The main one for Arsenal is Jesus, and this the Times were talking about it this morning. Well established that this is going to happen. I think there is a lot of clubs interested in Jesus, and this is forced the fee up. But Arsenal have always sort of been the leader on this, and I think the relationship with Arteta, Pep, Man City. Arsenal, Man City have done quite a bit of business since Man City have been in the money. So I think this is a deal going the other way, where Arsenal will get it done because of that relationship. There's talk of Chelsea being interested. There's talk of other clubs. Even my club was mentioned, although there was you're never going to go from Man City to Man United. So I think this is a good deal for Arsenal. Jesus is a player for me at Man City I've always looked at and gone, he's good, but is he that good? But I definitely think he's Arsenal good. I think he's Spurs good. He's probably United good, to be honest. But I mean, Man City are trying to win Champions Leagues and Premier Leagues, and Haaland's a step up on Jesus. But I think Jesus at Arsenal is a massive step up on Lacazette and Nketiah. So really good signing for them. And I think in the main, from what I've read, a lot of Arsenal fans are quite looking forward to it. I mean, you're always going to get a bit of snobbery. Why do we want Man City's cast-offs? I understand that. Arsenal a big club, Man United are a big club, but we're not big clubs really at the moment in relation to on the football pitch. And I think Jesus is a player that improves you, and any signing that improves you is something that you've got to look at. And I think he will improve them a lot. Of course, it doesn't always mean he's going to be as good as he was at Man City, but the fee is the interesting thing. Apparently, it's going to be between 40 and 50 million quid, which is probably a little bit too much, I think. But I think it's down to the fact that he's a Man City player and there's a lot of interest in him, and there's a premium on strikers at the moment. We've seen what Darwin Núñez has just gone for. Lots of people want strikers, and Lewandowski's going Barcelona, Núñez has gone to Liverpool, Haaland's gone to Man City, Newcastle want one, United want one, Chelsea want one. That's just in the Premier League. Arsenal want one. So I think you pay a little bit more for strikers at the moment, and therefore between 40 and 50 million pounds is probably reasonable for Arsenal. But I think he'll be a good signing, and Arsenal's transfer window is up and running, and I'm sure they'll do more business than that. But to solve the striker issue, they'll now be looking to solve the centre midfield issue. Ruben Neves has got to go somewhere, so maybe keep an eye on that. Interestingly, just talking about the midfield, Liverpool will link to Jude Bellingham again. This is not going to happen this summer. Like, I don't really know why this is happening. I know Liverpool fans would love Jude Bellingham. I think most clubs would like Jude Bellingham, and I think he will be the big exit from Dortmund next summer. And I think he does need to leave, because with the current England manager, if you're not playing in the Premier League, he won't pick you. And Bellingham should be starting every game for England. I think he's arguably our best centre midfielder. So he's going to have to leave Dortmund, as stupid as it sounds, to come and play for England, because Southgate's just weird about players that don't play in the Premier League. So I think Bellingham will happen, but not this summer. Dortmund are a very hard club to deal with when they don't want to sell, and they won't want to sell this summer. But next summer, yes, and Liverpool will probably be at the front of the queue, but I'm sure there'll be other clubs in there as well. But going back to strikers, Spurs linked to Lautaro Martinez. I don't know whether anybody saw this morning. I mean, it's coming from an Italian source that Spurs are preparing a 77 million offer for the Inter Milan striker Lautaro Martinez. I can't see it. I can't see it. To be honest with you, I can't see it. I think this might just be Antonio Conte, Italian. He's brought a few players in from the Italian league, and Lautaro Martinez is a forward, and they've been linked to Richarlison. I think it'd be a good signing, and I could actually see if Lautaro Martinez was going to come and play for any club in the Premier League. I think I could imagine him at one of the London clubs, whether it's Arsenal, Spurs, or Chelsea, rather than Liverpool, Man United, or City. But I just don't think Spurs will spend that much money on somebody when they've got Harry Kane, Kulusevski, Son, and then to bring Lautaro Martinez in as well. I just can't. I can't see that happening. I can't see that happening. But look, we'll wait and see. I think Spurs are already having a very good transfer window. As I said the other day, Bissouma's a good deal. Perisic is an interesting deal. They're looking at Richarlison, Spence at right back. They're looking at a centre back as well. So Richarlison's probably their priority. I suppose maybe Lautaro Martinez has been mentioned in relation to that. But the North London clubs are active, and the two clubs I'm still waiting. I'm obviously a United fan, United stands. You'll know that, maybe. We've not done anything yet, but I'm waiting on Chelsea as well. Chelsea, I've not really heard anything from Chelsea fans about what they're thinking. Get into the chat if you are thinking anything. Are you relaxed? Are you patient? New owners. Koundé was a player I think you thought you were going to get. Looks like he's going to Barcelona now. They've got the money. Lewandowski was a player that Chelsea would like, but they've probably missed the boat on that with their ownership change, and Barcelona have done a lot of work on it. Chelsea can always be competitive in a transfer market, and they definitely will be, but their business has not started yet, so let's wait and see what happens with them. Thanks everyone for watching. Make sure you smash a like on the video and subscribe. What are your thoughts, Arsenal fans? What are your thoughts on other fans on what business you're doing? And get in the comments below. I'll speak to you on the next one.